routine. Not on screen, not on HBO specials or nothing, but on a stage stand. Is something wrong with that, or why? Where does that ideology come from, in your opinion?
I mean, on the history of comics, there's always Richard Pryor had a writer.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor had, and like you said, there's taglines and stuff like that. Paul Mooney used to tagline Richard Pryor and stuff like that with the writers. Where it gets out of hand is that when your writers are sitting in regular little comedy clubs and they listening to comics who haven't made it yet, and they take it to you and give it to you, and then you already on a big platform and you using some young comics joke and you don't even know you're using it. That's what happens. And so you see this dude this mega comedian that's on a platform, and everybody thinks he's funny and everybody thinks he's good at what he do, and little do they know he's got workers out there that's sitting around and say, because that's what the writers do. They sit there and they look at a comic and say, he ain't gonna make it, and go give Kev the joke.
That's what happens?
All day long.
All day long?
All day long, and the young dude is like, he just took my joke. And guess who's a lie? The young guy whose joke it was, he's a lie. And guess who looked like you jealous? The young guy. Guess who looked like you picking and poking? The young guy. And that's the thing. That's the hard part about. I'm proud of Kevin because he's a black man and he's doing his thing, and I know him personally, and I know that he worked hard to get to where he's at. And I think the reason why a lot of comics, Ari Spears, different people and stuff like that, poking him because he's just like a normal comic, man, like everybody else. That's just like I said something about Chris Rock on Tom Joyner, and they went crazy. And Chris Rock called a couple people on that. He called this writer dude named Rodney and asked, I didn't even do nothing to Mike. And I'm saying to myself, you destroyed Shucky Ducky's career, bro.
Shucky, how? Shucky Ducky, the comedian?
Man, Chris Rock went on Def Comedy Jam and said, Shucky Ducky need to write some jokey wokies. See what I'm saying? And now Shucky Ducky is an announcer on at the Ringling Barnum Circus.
The Ringling Barnum Bailey?
Yeah.
That's what Shucky Ducky's on?
Yeah. Oof. And I seen Shucky Ducky one time. I said, you ain't cracking jokes no more. He said, oh man, Chris Rock destroyed my career. Ever since he said that joke, man, I ain't been able to get a joke off. Nobody knows that. But see, if you pick on somebody on another level, on the level that where everybody can see you, you're a bully. If a dude is shorter than you, you're a bully. If a dude is a guy who plays on the side with the politics, with the gay folks, you're a bully. You do any of that, you mess with anybody that's in the eyes of that, you're a bully. You don't have no opinion. I can't say nothing about Kevin Hart. First thing they gonna say, you jealous. Period. If I say something about Chris Rock, you're jealous. I gotta go at the hardcores. I gotta go at the Game and the 50 Cent and the Snoops and them, so they won't think that.
So that's Mike Epps talking about Kevin Hart stealing jokes. Now, I brought this up so we can answer this point here. Kevin Hart do 80 to 90% of his show about him. His daddy, his family, his personal life. So, I mean, he writes his comedy around reality. He bases it off this, or he'll make a story event about something else, and some people be like, he just ain't funny to me. Because mainly he laughs, or sometimes mainly at his own jokes. His energy level is up, and that's how he normally sells his comedy. He's real physical comedy, and that's his steez, and it comes off genuine. So to say that Kev need 1,000 writers around him at all times to polish it or whatever, I don't care how the Mercedes look, as long as it's in its usual working condition when I need it. You know, that's the important part. When I need it, it's ready to go. So that's how this whole thing has been playing out. And ever since then, it's been problems. But he's right about that. The big guys, they get really personal when things like this happen. And they thinking you finna reveal something or say something about them. They get really vindictive. And Rock has been known for doing that to younger artists who he felt was disrespectful. So, on that note, I'm out. Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button.